Before the transfer, yes, Mr. Chair.
So you're saying Pastor Kibuloy, before that transfer, has control over the interest, over the properties of the corporation, thus controlling interest, right?
He is the trustee, Mr. Chair. So subject to
So may
the
controlling
procedure, Mr.
interest
Chair.
po ba, Mr. Chair, dahil siya yung nagmamanage at lahat?
Alam kung sino ang lead counsel sa kanilang dalawa. May no? Para alam natin kung sino talaga
Senior,
ang
Mr. Chair.
sumagot.
He's the senior lawyer.
Okay.
And this is a junior lawyer.
Yung masugot ng lead counsel. Attorney Rolex.
No,
bibigyan ka
Mr.
ng last
Chairman,
chance.
we have submitted our annual reports to Congress, and
Okay.
it's contained there.
Did you
Chair.
ask for prior approval?
Prior approval,
No, no,
Chairman,
it
it's
is a-
information.
Mr. Chair,
Please read the second sentence, Mr. Chairman, after that.
Mr.
Second
Chair,
sentence says,
Mr. Chair.
Attorney.
Congress shall be informed.
So ano pong sagot nyo? Yes, nagpaalam kayo.
We inform Congress.
But did you ask?
Okay with the committee if we go through some violations na lang sa prangkisa nila.
Referring to.
I will ask questions and mostly sections 10 and 11,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Please proceed. Honorable Nograles.
To SMNI, I guess, Attorney Mark Tolentino.
Yes, I can answer that.
In 2005, Kingdom of Jesus GIS states that Pastor Kibuloy is the chairman and registered as a non-stock corporation, correct?
I have with me the history of SMNI
Just asking a yes or no question.
about what, Mr. Chair?
Can you please rephrase the question?
In 2005,
Yes or no lang po
Kingdom of Jesus, in your the GIS states that Pastor Kibuloy is the chairman and the corporation is registered as a non-stock corporation, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Then, Mr. Chair, sometime you became a sole corporation, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
When did you become a sole corporation?
Okay. In 1990, sorry. We are talking of Suarasug Media Corporation or the Executive
Executive
Kingdom of Jesus
Executive
Christ.
Kingdom of Jesus Christ, yes.
So,
Well, it first, like I said earlier, 2005, it was Kingdom of Jesus, right? And it was a non-stock. And then,
in 2006, we amend
yes,
the Kingdom of Jesus Christ to the Executive Pastor of Kingdom of Jesus Christ by amending Article 1 and converting corporation to corporation sole, Mr. Chair.
so 2006, you became a corporation sole.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And during this time, who is the executive pastor of that corporation sole?
Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, Mr. Chair.
As an executive pastor in this corporation sole, by definition of the corporation code, he administers, manages as the trustee, properties of the corporation, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
As the trustee, Pastor Kibuloy had the power to manage the assets of the corporation, meaning he may buy, sell, encumber, lease properties, etc. for the corporation, right?
But still in compliance with,
Yes or no, po, Mr. Chair?
Attorney, klaro naman po ang it's answer first, yes or no, and if you would like to explain, you can explain.
yes, Mr. Chair, but can I explain,
Yes.
Mr. Chair?
Sure.
Yes, of course, but
Maiksi lang po
there is a procedure, not just the pastor will decide. There is a body in respect to the process of changing or with respect to the decision of the church, Mr. Chair.
So the answer is yes.
Yes,
The
Mr.
answer
Chair.
is yes. Siya pa rin ang,
Yes, pa rin ang sagot.
kahit
proceed.
may procedure,
Yes,
siya
please.
pa rin, right?
Please.
Okay. So does he have the power to sell, manage, buy properties for beneficiaries
With respect to what year, Mr. Chair?
with his power as the trustee, as the
In what year,
executive
Mr.
pastor?
Chair? Because the executive pastor was already transferred to Marlon Acobo, Mr. Chair, in 2020. That's why I'm asking, what year, Mr. Chair?
Before the transfer na lang. Sige.
Before the transfer, yes, Mr. Chair.
So you're saying Pastor Kibuloy, before that transfer, has control over the interest, over the properties of the corporation, thus controlling interest, right?
He is the trustee, Mr. Chair. So subject to
So may
the
controlling
procedure, Mr.
interest
Chair.
po ba, Mr. Chair, dahil siya yung nagmamanage at lahat?
Klaro lang po natin yung sagot. Yes or no?
Yes, Mr. Chair, with respect to the executive pastor of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ.
Yes, okay. So you mentioned that there was a transfer of the executive pastor.
Yes, in 2020, Mr. Chair.
2020?
Yes,
Are you sure?
in the year 2020.
May amended,
Yes, there's an
Articles
amendment.
kayo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
2020 ba yung nakasulat dyan or 2022? Ang amended AOI nyo.
Document.
It says, I also have the document and the
Migs,
committee has the document.
Kung Migs, can you please ascertain the date? 20 or is it really 2020?
2022.
I think the committee has the AOI, Mr. Chair,
Yes,
of
okay.
the amended AOI.
Can you please reply? Attorney,
May I do the question, Mr. Chair?
is it 20 or 2022?
2022 applied but approved in 2023.
If, do
2020,
you have a copy of,
Can you
do
please repeat?
you have, Mr. Chair?
Applied in 2022, approved in 2023.
so hindi 2020. Okay,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
okay. Go ahead.
So, Mr. Chair, if I can just direct to the committee na lang, if you have the copy. Yes, can you please read na lang, if he can read, Mr. Chair, the amended articles of incorporation on when the date it was adopted
Who are you directing this to? To Comsec?
to,
Attorney.
I have with me here, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
yes. Can you please, Mr. Chair,
adopted on December 19, 2022.
so 2022. Okay. And attached there is a transfer, a certificate of appointment.
Yes, Mr.
That's
Chair.
that's the basis, Mr. Chair, for the transfer of the new trustee.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So,
December 19, 2022. Signed by Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, appointing Brother Marlon B. Acobo.
so now it's Brother Marlon Ocobo who has the same powers previously of Pastor Kibuloy of
Yes,
the
by
controlling
succession.
interest.
Yes, by succession, Mr. Chair.
Let me direct you to section 10 of your franchise. The grantee shall not sell, lease, transfer, grant the usurp of, nor assign this franchise or the rights and privileges acquired thereunder to any person, firm, company, corporation, or other commercial or legal entity, nor merge with any other corporation or entity, nor shall transfer the controlling interest of the grantee simultaneously or contemporaneously to any other person, firm, company, corporation, or entity without the prior approval of the Congress of the Philippines. Are you aware of this provision?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Did you get the prior approval of Congress for this shift of controlling interest in 2022? Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, may I be allowed to answer that?
Okay, tag team, the Honorable Rolex.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, section 10 give us 3 instances. The first one is not sell, not lease, not transfer, not grant the usurp of, nor assign this franchise. That's the first instance. Second instance is nor merge. Third instance is
Not transfer controlling
not
interest
transfer the
without
controlling
prior.
interest.
Yes.
That's
And
the
that-
third instance.
Yes.
Okay, and all of this require the prior approval of Congress.
Correct.
Yes,
Okay,
my
so
question, Mr. Chair,
So that
is,
has been cited. Question,
So-
was it done?
my question is,
Mr. Chair,
was
Rolex,
the
hold
prior
the question.
approval?
Would you want to answer, Attorney Rolex?
yes, Mr. Chairman.
Was it,
It's
was
a
there
yes
a
or
prior
no, it's a
approval?
yes or no question.
We have not
Mr. Chair.
sold the franchise.
I'm sorry?
It's a yes or no question if you
No,
got the
there is-
prior
May I ask the lady
approval.
to repeat the question?
No, the attorney. The question was there, did you seek prior approval before you did all of this?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
there are 3 instances here.
that's right.
So,
We have not sold
sige,
the franchise.
Mr. Chair,
No,
para
no, no,
lang-
no, that's it.
That's the first instance, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair,
Wait. Attorney Rolex. Pero yun natin. Meron kong 3 instances. Each are independent of each other. Question. There was a change in controlling interest, which also requires you to seek the approval of Congress. for
prior
IO.
to the change.
Did you do it? Yes or no?
Mr. Chairman,
No,
Mr. Chair, can I answer?
Mr. Chair, yes or no?
Direct. Attorney Tolentino, binigay nyo ka Attorney Supreme, kukunin nyo ulit. Hindi nyo nga masagot kanina eh.
I can answer that, Mr. Chair.
okay, I give
Yes
straight
or
to my
no?
colleague, Mr. Chairman.
Yes or no, Attorney?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
There was no
Mr. Chair.
there is no transfer of controlling
Point of order,
interest,
Mr.
Mr. Chair.
Kasi
Mr. Chair.
confused na ako eh. Hindi ko alam kung sino ang lead counsel sa kanilang dalawa. May ano? Para alam natin kung sino talaga ang
senior,
dapat
Mr. Chair.
sumagot.
He's the senior lawyer.
Okay,
Oh, eh,
He's a junior lawyer.
Mr.
Okay.
Give way to my colleague.
okay,
Point of information.
okay. The Honorable Dan Fernandez.
I think the question right now is whether
There was a prior
there
approval.
was a prior approval.
Yes.
Siguro kung ayaw po nilang sagutin, alam naman po natin sa Kongreso if they gotten a
Okay.
prior approval.
So-
We can ask the committee on COMSEC for us to be clarified on this matter. Dahil basically, alam po natin kung nag-secure po sila ng tinatawag nilang specific mode of reporting. Kasi basically, iba tong reporting na dapat nilang gawin.
Salamat, Congressman Dan. Binibigyan po natin chance sila dahil ang question mo na rinaise ni Convicts is sa dalawa. Okay, Attorney Tolentino, ipinasa kay Attorney Rolex, yung pinapasa ulit kay Attorney Tolentino.
Okay.
Okay?
The provision under the law, Mr. Chair, Section 10 of the franchise says, nor shall transfer the controlling interest of the grantee. In this case, Mr. Chair, there was no transfer of the controlling interest because the owner is still the executive pastor of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ.
The Honorable
Did,
needs to grant it.
Mr. Chair, didn't he explain earlier that it was, there was, first, it was Pastor Kibuloy who had the controlling interest. Then there was a change in 2022.
It was by succession, Mr. Chair, because Pastor Kibolo technically retires. He's already 73 years old.
And I'm not asking about his
you
retiring,
don't-
Mr. Chair. It's the transfer of the controlling interest.
Alam po ba kayo hindi? Ilan lang ang tatanong ni Kong Mix eh.
Mr. Chair, kung hindi
paano
na lang
ba
nila
kayo hindi?
sasagutin, si Comsec na lang po.
Yes, the COMSEC will answer,
Hindi.
Mr. Chair.
Per our records, Comsec, since hindi ho masagot nung the Attorney Tolentino, hindi ho masagot ng lead ko. Attorney Rolex,
No,
bibigyan
Mr.
ka ng last
Chairman.
chance.
We have submitted our annual reports to Congress, and
Okay.
it's contained there.
Did you
Chair.
ask for prior approval?
Prior approval,
No,
Mr. Chairman,
it
it's
is a-
information.
Mr. Chair,
Please read the second sentence, Mr. Chairman, after that.
Mr.
Second
Chair,
sentence says,
Mr. Chair.
Attorney,
Congress shall be informed.
so ano pong sagot nyo? Yes, nagpaalam kayo.
We informed Congress.
But did you ask permission?
No, we did not. We informed.
Mr. Chairman,
That's
point of
clear.
clarification.
Thank you very much. Okay, inform Congress.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As far as the committee secretariat record is concerned, there was no they did not seek for a prior approval of any transfer of their franchise.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair,
The law
it's our position that what we're talking here is not controlling interest, unless we have a definition of what controlling interest is. By long line of cases, controlling interest is more than 50%.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Nograles still has the
Thank you,
floor.
Mr. Chair.
Silence is requested.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, may I remind this committee that I think we heard that Attorney Mark Tolentino said that Pastor Kibuloy had controlling interest and was transferred in 2022 to Brother Marlon Acobo. And again, if we look at Section 10, on the first sentence, it
Ah.
still needs the prior approval. Yung sinasabi po earlier na may information, second sentence, hindi pa po tayo nasa second sentence, nasa first sentence pa lang ako, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Floor, the Honorable
Yes.
Nograles.
So we've
Silence
established
requested.
that
Patapusin po
wala-
natin.
wala pong prior approval, Mr.
Wala.
Chair.
Sinabi na.
Okay. So the next sentence naman sa Section
can
10
I make
is,
any comment, Mr.
No,
Chair?
you're not allowed. Please
Mr.
make the. Again.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Chair,
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, may I remind Attorney Tolentino, nakita mo ba kami, tahimik kami nakikinig dito? Di po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Makinig ka rin muna bago ka mag-raise ng hand.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, the Honorable Akop. The Honorable Nograles.
so now let's go to the second sentence in which Attorney Suplico was saying that you informed. Did you inform of this change? Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Nagsasalta na po kayo.
I'd like to explain, Mr. Chair. The Kingdom of Jesus Christ is not just an ordinary
No, no.
corporation.
Can you please, alam po ninyo, can you just please explain muna, yes or no, then explain your position?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What? Yes, what? To what?
That there is no prior approval. But-
Yes,
but
my next
informed,
question, Mr. Chair, tapos na po
What's your
tayo.
question?
My
No,
question
this is a
was,
new question.
the second sentence naman that they should report a change also in controlling interest. It's in the second sentence of Section 10.
Okay, the Honorable, Mr. Attorney Tolentino, yan, nagsasalta na po kayo.
Mr. Chair,
Tatanong, nag-report po kayo.
the
Yes or
good,
no lang po, Mr. Chair.
the good congresswoman says, Mr. Chair, about controlling interests. That's why it may be allowed to explain to the honorable committee, Mr. Chair, what is the controlling interest in relation to Corporation Sole? Because it is different to say controlling interest with respect to an ordinary corporation compared to a corporation sole, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So can you just reply first, yes or no to the question? First, tapos saka ho niyo kayo magpaliwanag kung anong kaibahan ng dalawang yan. The question raised by the Honorable Nograles, did you report
Yes,
the
Mr. Chair.
change? To whom?
We do it
May we ask
according
the
to
COMSEC
the
if there's a report,
Comsec, did they report it?
any change in the controlling interest?
Did they, is there any change in the controlling interest?
Mr. Chair, if we could ask COMSEC kung meron.
Yes.
So as far as the records of the committee secretariat is concerned, there was no reporting as to the change of ownership.
And I just remind again, narinig po naman natin lahat sa committee, di ba? Sinabi naman po ni Attorney Mark na Pastor did have the control over the assets na pinasat. Wala silang prior approval, which is a violation of the first sentence of Section 10, and wala ring report. So it's a violation of the second sentence also of Section 10. Correct, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, as for the Comsec, yes, you're correct. Okay.
With all due respect, Mr. Chair, can I explain my answer, Mr. Chair?
You know, can we go with the line of
May-
questioning?
Finish my question.
Please explain.
Mr.
Data.
Chair, point of order.
Yes.
Can we please remind the good Attorney Mark? I think the chair has been very lenient, and I think Congressman Acop has called your attention many times. Your light has been on throughout the whole hearing. So please give enough courtesy to the congressman
Yes, Mr. Chair.
to give their statements, and huwag kayong mag-alala. Bibigyan namin kayo ng pagkakataon, but please huwag kayong babatin habang nagsasalita at habang kinikilala yung oras ng isang kinatawan. May panahon din naman kayo at nakita nyo naman. Siguro kung bibilangin natin sa ratio at proportion, mas marami pa kayong oras sa pagsasalita kaysa sa mga congressman. Kaya huwag kayong mag-alala. Magsasalita din kayo. Pagsalitain nyo na muna yung mga congressman.
Yes. Let me apologize, Mr. Chair.
The Honorable Nograles has the floor. Please do not cut in or you just have to answer the question, and we'll leave it at that for the moment. If you would like to explain later, then we will give you the chance before we end this hearing. The Honorable Nograles has the floor. Silence is requested.
So, dahil kanina gusto mag-explain kasi ng controlling interest on Corporation Sole. Sige. Now I'm showing you, di ba? Even if you're going to say na yung iba ang Corporation Sole, this controlling interest of Executive KOG is obviously has the controlling interest at nagkaroon ng switching internally. And did you still get the prior approval? And did you report it to Congress, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair,
Yes or no?
there is no provision in the franchise that requires reporting for the change of leadership in the Kingdom of Jesus Christ.
Mr. Chair,
Ah,
controlling interest po.
alam
tayo,
nyo,
diba?
Attorney, hindi naman natin pinag-usapan ng liderato. Tinanong natin pie chart. Do you confirm this? Na nagkaroon ho ng pagbabago?
With respect to the leadership, Mr. Chair, but not the controlling interest.
I think the committee
Yes.
has heard that
Yes.
we were talking about controlling interest and it was established earlier and the good attorney has
Confirm naman yan.
confirmed. Okay.
We can sustain that.
Let's not change words here, ha? Don't put words into our mouths, please. So if you look at the chart, there is this Phoebus Holdings that holds 46%.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Hindi ko makita.
So it says here hindi ko mapapakita, nasa iPad ko po, but hindi siya letter. It says report on dispersal of ownership.
Yes.
Right.
230.
That's the April or June, whatever that is. So yung itong report nila, like I'm saying, dahil bringing up ang section 14 po, diba? Kailangan pa rin ng prior approval and wala naman pong nakasulat sa prangkisa nila na pwede silang maglagay ng establishment of cooperatives even if you're using another franchise, another law. As attorneys, I believe you know what's excluded. It's not included. in the law, right? Mr. Chair. So since explicit, ano po yun? Ang Latin po nun. Ayun. Gen Z po ako, hindi ko na alam po yung mga terms and conditions. Joke lang. Yes, I'm sure you.
What has been excluded are not included.
Yes. So,
Yes.
and again, we've established earlier you don't have that cooperatives being able to be part of your dispersal ownership, 30%, whatever. Section 11, correct?
As what I said, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay. And you brought up, Mr. Chair, Attorney Rolex, yes, brought up the equality clause, right? To defend this, kaya niyong ginawa. Correct, Mr. Chair?
Well, we wanted to know whether we can be given a green light to implement the same.
Okay, sige. Kasi we're just gonna keep going around in circles. It says here in the last sentence, currently, a cooperative is already a stockholder of the company, which is an alternative mode of encouraging public ownership as expressly recognized by this Honorable Congress in other franchises. Again, gumawa na kayo ng kooperatiba, gumawa na sila, pinasok nyo na yung sila as a stockholder without prior approval, and ang ginamit nyo ang prangkisa ng ibang mga may franchise, not yours. Correct?
Mr. Chair,
Second,
Yes or no?
I'm looking at the records. Yes, the Honorable Rolex.
Attorney Suplico, Your Honor.
Yes, please. What do you have to say?
The
That's the last paragraph.
the good Congresswoman was referring to Section 11. Reading Section 11 of RA 11422, there is no timeline stipulated in the said provision. The mere fact that we have already put in place the mechanism and we are just awaiting a response from this honorable committee, that does not mean that we have violated
Yes.
the law itself.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you very
we're
much.
going around in circles.
Okay, so I think we've discussed that over and over
Yes.
again.
Yes.
And we've already, again, the committee and even the COMSEC maintains that there was no question. You were not actually stating anything. You were just stating a fact. And I think what the Honorable Nograles is saying is it has not been complied with.
But we are
in the
willing to,
provisions.
we are
Yes.
willing to comply, Mr. Chair. Although, since there's no timeline, when are we going to comply? We can comply at any time, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, when we grant a franchise to a grantee, aren't they mandated to comply
Yes.
at all the time? Like
Yes.
all the time, immediately,
Yes.
not for us to wait for them or be given time to comply.
Because I
Correct,
think
Mr. Chair?
Tell me if there's no timeline. So you're trying to tell me now that pwede nyo gawin, tapos talingin nyo lang later on.
Not anytime,
Pwede.
not anytime,
Eh,
Mr.
kasi
Chair.
wala naman timeline.
Not anytime, Mr. Chair. We are willing to comply at any time, as soon as possible,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, let me, Mr. Chair, again, with that argument, babalik tayo. You
So
are
my question
willing to
is, why did you
comply.
not do it?
We are willing to do it, Mr. Chair. That's
Why did you
why,
not do it?
because we are waiting for the reply, because under Section 14, Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair,
it
bumabalik na
provides
tayo.
here.
Let me simplify it na lang,
Okay
Mr.
po.
Chair.
Sige, salamat po, Attorney Tolentino.
Let me just
Kasi,
simplify
alam mo,
it.
paikot-ikotan po tayo. Obviously, na wala naman kayo tinatanong. All of a sudden, you're willing to comply, pero pag tinanong sa inyo, bakit hindi kayo comply? Babato nyo naman yung letter na wala naman kayo tinatanong. So, paikot-ikotan po tayo. Yes.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
to end lang, para matapos na yung paikot-ikot kasi sumasakit na rin yung ulo ko. I will repeat the last sentence. Even if you tell this committee that you are willing to comply, hindi na nga kayo nagtanong, ang nakasulat sa last sentence, currently, a cooperative is already a stockholder of the company, which is an alternative mode of encouraging public ownership as expressly recognized by this Honorable Congress in other franchises. So gumawa na kayo, ginawa nyo na. So hindi na rin kailangan ng timeline, di ba, Mr. Chair? Kasi ginawa na rin nila at hindi naman sila willing to comply dahil ginawa naman po na walang approval ng Congress. At ang basehan nila ay ibang prangkisa. Tama po, Mr. Chair. I think I simplified that
Yes,
already.
that's
Tama
very
po.
clear. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
I will
Yes.
end that.
And if you have a second round, we're
Yes,
going
I
to
will.
open for
Yes,
second round.
I will.
Just follow.
Thank you.